Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube. In today's video I'm going to be doing a June reading wrap up. I know it's a little late. Oops. I've been a busy girl. I've been running my TikTok. It's been blowing up. I've also been doing a lot more writing. If you didn't see my announcement, it's true. I am writing a book. So excited for that project. I can't wait for you guys to have it. Reading your comments and like reading the messages that I've been getting of like people being so excited for my book to come out has really just motivated me to keep writing, and so I can't wait to get it out for you guys. But that's besides the point. Today I'm going to be going through all the books that I read in June and giving you little reading updates on the books that I'm currently reading. And some of the scenes were a little too cringy for me, but you know, that's what you get when you read a romance. Jenny Han, I love you, girl. What do you mean? No, what do you... Caraval. So the first book I read in June was Summer Romance. This book was actually really cute. I gave it a 2.75 stars. Okay, don't get me wrong. I thought this was cute. The way that Allie and Ethan met, I thought was super cute with like the dog peeing on his shoe. Don't ask questions. If you know, you know. I thought it was cute. But then the book just started getting boring for me. I like the idea of Allie being a professional organizer and her actual life being a mess. I really like the contrast between that. But the whole like getting a divorce trope kind of icked me the wrong, like, I don't know. And some of the scenes were a little too cringy for me, but you know, that's what you get when you read a romance. But yeah, overall, I thought the book was cute. I don't really have too many complaints. It was kind of boring. It was a little cringy. That's why I gave it a 2.75. But I did enjoy the book, and I didn't really have a problem with... I actually really liked the writing, and I felt like I got through it pretty fast. So this was also the first book I've read being out of school, and so I was low-key in like a reading slump. I was just in a like summer slump, like not wanting to do anything. So this was the first book I picked up, and I'm glad because it got me out of the slump. It got me reading, and I enjoyed it. The next book I read in June was nothing. That was it. That was the only book I read in June out of the whole month, which is kind of crazy, but it's fine. I mean, I was in school, like June, I'm still in school, so I was worried about like final exams and stuff like that, so that was the only book I read. But the books that I just finished, technically I finished in July, which these books will go on my July reading wrap up, but I just finished We Will Always Have Summer. Actually, I just love this series. Honestly, Jenny Han, I love you, girl. I love you, Jenny. Like, you are so talented. Your writing is so cute. Your characters are so cute. Belly, love her down, love her down. This, okay, might I add, I watched the show before I read the books. First, second book, ate it up. They were just like the show. I thought it was great. Third book, this one, I loved it. Don't get me wrong. However, it was so different from the show. And like, I'm not complaining. I love the way the show did it, and I love the way the book did it. Obviously the book came first, and like this the yearning of Conrad, oh my gosh, and getting Conrad's POV in this book, oh, it was just so good. It was so good, so good. I rated this book a 3.75, almost a 4-star. I didn't want to give it a 4-star because I gave the second book in the series a 4-star, and that's my favorite book in the series. That was so good. I really liked this book. I thought it was super cute, super easy read. I actually listened to it on audio and I read it, so like I didn't immersive read, but like when I didn't feel like reading, I just put on the audiobook and listened to it, and it just reminded me so much of the show, and it just brought me back to those Wednesdays where we were waiting for episodes. So yeah, I really enjoyed this book. I thought it was great. The other book I just finished, technically in July, was Insidious Obsession. Yes, yeah. I flew through this book. This was like my first dark romance. I see how some people love it and I see how some people hate it. Me personally, I really liked it. I really liked it because this was my first time reading like, oh, who did this to you trope. And I was like he was genuinely, he cut up body parts and delivered them to Ara and was like, let this be a warning to whoever wants to touch you. I was like, what do you mean? No, what do you... Obviously, I don't want that to happen to me in real life because I'm calling the police. But like in the book, I was like, okay. No, I actually really enjoyed this book. What do you mean? She stalks him for 6 months for the sole purpose of getting revenge. Okay? But then he ends up stalking her. And so he bugs her apartment and he buys the whole apartment that she lives in, like the whole apartment complex, to get access to her apartment and to be standing in her office waiting for her to get home. Yes, yeah, no. I gave this book a 4 stars. And then it literally ended on a cliffhanger too. Oh. No, it literally ended on a cliffhanger. I want to read the other books in the series, but y'all know how I do with series. But technically, they are interconnected standalones, so I don't feel pressure to read them right away. But yeah, overall, I've been doing a little bit of reading, not that much. My current reads, I'm reading 2 different books. I like to read multiple books at the same time because then like when I finish them I feel like more accomplished. I don't know, but I make sure that the books are like polar opposites so I don't get the plots mixed up. The first book that I'm currently reading is Caraval. Guys, I'm so excited. No, like y'all don't even understand. This book is so hyped on Book Talk and like I feel like I have FOMO because I haven't read it. So catch me reading this now. The only reason I was scared to read it was because of the hype and because it's a series. Guys, I don't know. I'm on chapter 3, already loving it. I don't really like third person, but this book luckily doesn't feel too third person-y, if that makes sense. Like they're doing a good job balancing. I think the third person isn't that bad. So far, we don't know. I don't know. We'll see. I'm excited. I've never like read a book like this, and I also want to read Once Upon a Broken Heart because I have that book, but people say read this first, so I'm gonna read it first. Okay, the other book that I'm reading is Archer's Voice. See, polar opposites. I actually started reading this book months ago, 3 months ago to be exact. Put it down because I wasn't feeling it at the moment. Reading it now where I'm like kind of out of my reading slump, I'm liking it. I like it. I think it's kind of interesting. I like the idea that Archer's deaf, but I don't think he is. Don't spoil it in the comments. We'll see. I'm excited. I'm on page 34, so not much has happened. We're just learning about Bree, how she moved into the town. She just met Archer. Like she's asking around like, who's Archer Hale? Who's Archer Hale? And everyone's like, oh, he's like mysterious, he's deaf, he doesn't speak. But I know once he speaks, it's about to go down because the book's literally called Archer's Voice. So once he gets his voice, I know that's the whole plot and I'm so excited. But yeah, those are all the books I'm currently reading. I hope you guys enjoyed my little update. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and share if you want. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!